audience. How many of you have ever been to Yellowstone National Park? I'd like you to think back on any information that you might know about it. Did you know that there's a supervolcano underneath waiting to erupt? Although this may seem scary, according to Richard Levitt on September 20th, 2012 for National Geographic News, the last time there was a superblast from the volcano was 640,000 years ago. My topic for this speech is Yellowstone National Park. The purpose of this speech is to give you any information you'd want to know about the park. You will learn about the different land formations of Yellowstone, the wildlife that lives there, and the supervolcano below it. If you go to Yellowstone, you will see land formations that you won't be able to see anywhere else. According to the National Park Service website, Yellowstone has the world's largest collection of geysers, which is why the park was established in 1872. Old Faithful is the most popular geyser in the park because it erupts so often. It erupts every 1 to 2 hours and will last 1.5 to 5 minutes. Old Faithful was the first geyser named in the park in 1870, and it shoots water from 106 to 185 feet. I have a PowerPoint slide that shows a picture of a geyser, and it says, according to the Merriam-Webster 2013 dictionary, a geyser is a spring that throws forth intermittent jets of heated water and steam. The park also has canyons, waterfalls, lakes, mud volcanoes, and that's it. Next to the beautiful landscape, another famous attraction of Yellowstone is the wildlife that lives there. Yellowstone is a national park, so there is tons of wildlife that makes their home there. The park lets the animals roam without fences, and according to the National Park Service, it is one of the last nearly intact natural ecosystems in Earth's temperate zones. The animals are a slight risk of danger to the park visitors, so they had to make regulations in order to keep humans and animals separate. National Park Service website states that there are more people hurt by bison than by bears each year in the park. Because of this, they had to make regulations in order to keep them separate. You must stay 25 yards away from bison or elk and 100 yards away from bears. National Park Service states that there are 67 species of mammals living in the park. This includes bears, birds, bison, elk, deer, moose, fish, reptiles, amphibians, lynx, wolves, and more. Most of these animals listed are ones hunted regularly. Because of this, they had to set regulations to keep the animals safe, and the National Park Service website had a news release stating, hunting is not permitted within the park. The Lacey Act and Code of Federal Regulations reminds hunters that it is strictly prohibited to kill or remove any animal, living or dead, from Yellowstone National Park. Of the 67 species living in the park, there are 2 threatened species, one being the Canadian lynx and the grizzly bear. There's also one endangered species, the gray wolf. The most common animals to see are bison, elk, deer, and birds. Now on to my favorite topic. According to Yellowstone.com, the term supervolcano is used to describe an eruption of a magnitude 8 on the volcano explosivity index. This means there would be more than 250 cubic miles of magma. Experts say that there has been at least 3 eruptions in history, with the most recent being 640,000 years ago. Yellowstone.com labels the volcano as active because of the 1,000 to 3,000 earthquakes per year. There's active ground deformation and 10,000 thermal features in Yellowstone. Scientists believe that they could predict a superblast weeks or months in advance. They monitor for strong earthquakes, rapid ground deformation, and spikes in thermal temperatures. YellowstonePark.com also states the odds of a supervolcanic eruption are about the same as the National Weather Service says you will get struck by lightning, which is 1 in 10,000. Now you know the different facts about Yellowstone National Park. I hope you got all the information you would want to know about it and know about the wildlife, landforms, and the volcano. Hopefully, now you know more about it, you'll take a trip there someday. Would you still want to vacation there knowing there is a super volcano below you?
Yeah, we graduated. I forget.
Yes.